What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the hammers.
No, I didn't think so.
Shoot! So, regarding Taka's death.
Can't be.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing
This is
of
just
Justice
throwing me off
Hammer
because I
4.
feel like this is not the right evidence,
obvious
like
Taka came after.
bullet thing. I feel like the watch one would be more for this. I can't believe it just juked me like that. That was so
regarding
fucking rude.
Taka's death,
I can't change the bullet.
I wonder if he died before
I
Hifumi.
literally can't. I've been trying. Because the select the truth bullet is L. I've been sitting here pressing L. I'm literally stuck with this one, and it's the only bullet I have. So I'm like, wait, what is this for then? Like,
Or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in.
don't you
Taka
fucking do
came
it.
last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that he flew while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's death,
Yeah, it's
I
not.
wonder if
It's
he
just the
died
one.
before Hifumi.
I'm forgetting him. What am I forgetting? No, I'm doing X. That's how I fire the bullet. Or wait, is it hold X? Isn't hold X something?
Or perhaps it was after? We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
Sorry, no, I'm thinking. Even if I were to make my own bullets. Hold on.
While
Okay, it's
Taka's
only on
death
the. Okay.
came from a swing of Justice
Um,
Hammer 4.
Well, there's only like two options realistically here if I make my own bullets. Oh no, it's not on here. Oh god, I don't remember.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, regarding Taka's
Okay, cool, it
death,
saves it.
I wonder if he died before, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
No, it's wrong.
I couldn't remember who got killed by what.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's
Keep
just another way the
forgetting
killer tried
that I
to
don't have
disguise their
auto on.
actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
I got this. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. My brain's barely working, but I know this much. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Already a step ahead of you, Beef bags. I forgot what this is. Hold on. We're gonna keep looking at menus. I'm so sorry, everybody. Is Annex the same thing? T W A. Damn it! C.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Sorry. Ow. Hey you, how long are you keep us waiting? That really fucking hurt. Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys. Like, I'm sad we didn't get a lot of this new Taka. This Taka made me laugh.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
I'm gonna say this as a hypothetical. Anyone watching out there, I'm not saying this as a plan. If I would have just changed the time if I were the culprit. If I noticed that, I would always check the wristwatch and be like, oh shit, and then tinker with it. Just to confuse everyone.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
Didn't slip past me.
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
I mean, he didn't really need to have them in whatever.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder.
But the hammers were already out of order and the shelter's broken with cracks. Smashing it open and messing with the hand seems really obvious. These people have one brain cell, and I would get away with it. It's fine. I'm saying this as a hypothetical again. If there's anybody in law enforcement, if anything happens, it was not me, I swear.
But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I'm just saying my initial theory of there being 2 killers still on the table, but I don't think that's what it is. I couldn't hurt a fly. Let's be real. I didn't do anything. Law enforcement officers, I just want to put that out there. I would feel too bad. Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
That's not how that works.
No?
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for
Hina
when
and
we
Hiro
heard
are
Hifumi scream.
gems.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
How many brain cells in this group would it take to blame Jill? 0. They've already done it multiple times. What do you mean?
When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was
Because
in the
he wasn't
equipment
dead!
room, correct?
Ah!
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
Because he moved it! Ah!
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
I'm still upset on your behalf that they left you in there.
Then what if Genocide Jill did it?
There it is.
She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us
He's
could
a
have
serial
killed
killer, so
Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they
Kyoko?
most certainly could have done those things.
I did not know that's how she pronounced that.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Who wouldn't blame a serial killer for a killing? Smart people? People who, could... I say that, no, and most people would blame the serial killer, but you would have to, like, kind of take a second to be like, oh, wait, no, that's not the MO.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
You say this as if you almost know who did it. Almost like you could fucking help us.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Please assume for serial killing.
And according to what Celeste said,
I don't believe anything she said because she murdered him. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the serial killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? No, because he got up and walked away! So it seems so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Almost like he got up and walked away.
Oh, man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Coco, baby girl, could you just, like, be helpful? You clearly understand what happened. You clearly have an answer, yet you're doing all this cryptic shit. Driving me insane.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
See? God, I feel so smart. It's not gonna last long.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I love the irony of him being the one who's scared of shit like this.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is...
That they're too purple. You could kind of tell that, like, Jesus Christ, what's her name? Shinigami is kind of based off her. I feel like Shinigami from Raincode is kind of based on Kyoko. Just in general. They're very similar designs.
We thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Look at the black suit's cute also. I think she's the killer. I love her so much, but I think she's the killer. If she was the one who did it, she wouldn't want everyone to figure it out. No, I think she's just being an ass.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body.
Was he,
dead.
though? Did any of you check up for a
Perhaps he was
pulse?
simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Oh, she's slipping up. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Yes. Why is that? What? I feel like I'm gonna have to make another
Are
bullet.
you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Because I don't think this makes
there's
sense.
a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Bullshit.
And you know that how?
I was gonna say that's the
Surely
one
you
response.
heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay.
And that is why the announcement was made.
No, it was not.
Are we really so sure about that?
Oh my
Maybe
god.
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost the exact same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's been found.
No, it's wrong.
Let's go. I got this.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made
is itchy.
really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
See, the way she's making these arguments, she's like the first person to contradict anything we say. It's so obvious it's her. She is not that good of a liar.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere.
Ow. Fuck.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled
Really
them
shouldn't
together
say
into
that
one.
because Monokuma's gonna immediately contradict you.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that
Oh my god, I feel so smart right now for catching this like so
it's
fast.
only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
How so? Because there was 3 people in each room.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means
For the longest time.
even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
I think I'm missing something. Mentally missing something.
If
I'm
that's
not
true,
remembering
then
something.
why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
We heard the body
It's something I
discovery
said.
announcement twice.
It's because he actually died when they found both the bodies in the same room. That's what he was referring to. Okay, it's something I already knew. Second body discovery announcement. First time it played when you found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. Second time was when... just after Hifumi came back to life. Nope. Right after Hifumi woke up for the first time, I think. Looks like I embarrassed myself in front of everyone. No! Second body... I'm misremembering.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Body isn't discovered! I'm gonna...
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Okay, so it was what I was saying earlier.
In reality,
My back's so itchy.
when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually...
Still alive, so he shouldn't have made that thing. So, also Monokuma doesn't check bodies, apparently.
rediscovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually
I can see why
dead
he
yet.
didn't know that. He knew that he was alive the first time, because you would have to notice like somebody setting themselves up to look like they're dead. Second time, I feel like there should be a method in which they check these kind of things, but I don't know.
He wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Okay, I know this one.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
I fucking love you, Genocide Jill.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Shut up, Celeste.
But
Leave her alone.
honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
I
Okay
can.
then, let's take another look at the events
Just
surrounding
let me
the
throw it
discovery
at
of
her,
his body.
please.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
I know what it is. It's his glasses and the glasses
This whole
cloth.
thing was pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Okay, what's the... Yeah, it is. Oh, I got really sad because I saw Chihiro's picture crossed out.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Okay,
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom,
okay,
his body disappeared.
okay,
And the next time we saw his body,
okay.
it was in the repository.
Keep going.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body
Oh,
after
is it
being
here?
moved, other than his position,
Damn it. I got overzealous.
shoot.
I'm gonna fuck this up.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in the
But when you compare his body before, other than the chain, there was no notable.
I got a little overzealous.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
I was trying to make the same argument, I just was a little
That
too
fact
early.
alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with
I
blood.
feel like the caffeine's wearing off slowly. I think it's because I chugged a lot of it. And half of it I drank like before stream.
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it! It was a glasses cleaning
I feel so
cloth
smart that I
featuring a
clocked
certain
this before the
cartoon
class trial.
mascot.
I have not done that yet in any of these.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should
The
make
bar is
things
low, I
clear.
know. Nobody ruined that for me.
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
You got that right for someone who doesn't seem to try to, you know, someone who's feigning like they don't know it.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Frozen otaku.
I see your point.
You know.
And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
I'm such a little girl in a grown man's body. He's just an otaku. That's how we are. I'll lump myself in there. As somebody who has a Tamagotchi lens cleaning cloth, yeah.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
That's horrible for your glasses. What do
Then
you
there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
This game is one of only 3 where you can work out some of the culprits for the trial. Yeah, sometimes. Well, I feel like a lot of them are that way, but then sometimes there's always like twists. It just depends.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Why did you even input? You knew you had nothing to add to this conversation, my guy.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Why would they wipe it off at all? Celeste, baby girl, you need to think harder than this.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, what would be the point? I never clean my glasses because I can't see out of them perfectly. I never really notice anything. I can't deal with it. Because it bothers me.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible.
Oh, it's so
wouldn't you
rude,
say?
copious corpse. That's so mean. Y'all are so mean.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that
All
blood?
fucked up.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
Sorry. I had a moment of realization. Why did blood? Like, assuming they had it for the school before all of this kind of shit happened, like for when it was a regular school, why did they have blood? Were they like performing transfusions in the school or something? Or do you, like, what? Second off, they just like left blood for who knows how long? They just left that shit? Y'all didn't dispose of that? That's gross. Ew. I would assume that shit goes bad after a while, especially if it's not properly stored. I assume it's properly stored, but hadn't it been like a while since the school closed? Like a year or 2? That's gross.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
This is not the ultimate. Okay, yeah, they had to keep him fed. Although then wouldn't it be in the fridge in the kitchen and not in the nurse's office?
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
I feel so smart that I clocked the entire thing. And I know it's not going to last very long because I'm not that smart, but like I just want to feel smart for like 10 seconds.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Okay, you were out cold. Never mind. I was gonna say duh, but then she was out cold, so she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Nobody filled her
After
in.
the bodies disappeared,
That's rude of us.
we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
How did he die though?
But when we got there, the door was locked.
That's the only thing I can't account for is how Celeste got to him in a way that he died. Like, I understand the method, but like, at what point did he get clocked in the head? Because clearly, like, he's dead.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina
That's the
and
only thing I
Sakura
can't
got
figure
to the
out, is
repository,
when he got hit.
someone was already inside.
Unless, like, he did it to himself, which, I mean, is possible, but I don't think that's what it is. It doesn't feel right.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Ifumi opened the door, Celeste clocked him and killed him. Celeste may look at, but my problem with that is that's what I would think too. However, if I remember correctly, Hina and Sakura Sakura? I don't know how they pronounce it. I'm always wanting to say Sakura.